This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
From the courts, a 32-year-old Mayagüana resident throws away 12 years as a filing clerk at that island's post office and is tonight behind bars. Akeisha Sims was today charged with 2 counts each of forgery, uttering a forged document, and fraud by false pretenses. It's alleged that the incident dates back to August 2017 when Sims forged a Bahamas post office savings book to make it appear as if there was $1,905.84 on the account. Things did not come to a head until May of this year. The accused pleaded guilty to all counts and was sentenced to 3 years at the Bahamas Department of Corrections. She was also ordered to pay $3,070, the total she fraudulently obtained, or face an additional 3 months imprisonment. While the Anti-Corruption and Financial Crimes Investigation Branch has certainly been working overtime in recent weeks, bringing quite a number of people before the courts on fraud-related charges. Just yesterday, Floridians Nicholas Cogington, Jonathan Berggren, and Christopher Butcher were slapped with jail time after being charged with 3 counts of possession of forged documents. With your help, police will see to it that 4 Bahamian men suffer the same fate. Wanted for questioning in connection with a number of fraud investigations are 36-year-old Shane Adderley of Serville Avenue, South Beach Estate, 21-year-old Basil Monroe of Amos Ferguson Street, Coconut Grove, 30-year-old Harry Smith of Garden Hills, and 45-year-old Errol Knowles of South Beach. All the men are said to be dark-skinned and between 5'7" and 5'11" inches tall. National Security Minister Marvin Dames, meantime, acknowledging that given today's technology, there is heightened concern for fraud, begging the need for authorities to stay steps ahead of perpetrators.
We're creating an independent area that will focus more on financial services, more on fraud-related matters, more on cyber-related matters. You know, one of the things that we have come to recognize, that we often say that financial services is the second pillar to our economy, but we tend not to give it the attentions from an investigative standpoint that it very well deserves. And so what you can expect to see very shortly is an independent financial investigation / cybercrime unit.
Establishing such a unit calls for the recruitment of those with the relevant degrees to effectively manage it, like finance, accounting, and information technology.
If we're going to compete, and if we're going to be able to stay on top of those persons who will begin to use this medium more to deceive and to take advantage of others, we have to be a step ahead.
Well, a marriage proposal ends with a woman being arrested and charged. 43-year-old Massachusetts resident Julianne Lesperano was in the Bahamas yesterday to be proposed to, but upon arriving at the Lyndon Pinning International Airport was denied access into the country. As the court heard, this led to Lesperano behaving in a disorderly manner, resisting arrest. The American allegedly kicked 2 officers in the lower body. Appearing before Magistrate Samuel McKinney this afternoon, Lesperano was subsequently charged with 1 count each of disorderly behavior, resisting arrest, assaulting a police officer while in custody, obscene language, and disorderly behavior in a police station. Now, on count number 1, she was fined $25 or 1 week in prison, $500 or 6 months on count 2, $1,500 or 6 months on count 3, another $150 or 1 month on count 4, and $25 or 1 month on the last count. The accused was also slapped with a $350 fine for each officer, a total of $700. Lesperano pleaded guilty to all charges, but says she feels she did nothing wrong. She also claimed the police bruised her ribs and left her nursing a head bruise, that officers took long to feed her while in custody, and refused to carry her to the doctor. However, the prosecution argued that she was taken to hospital but refused to see a physician. Lesperano later claimed doctors told her the X-ray machine is not working. She's been held in custody until the money is paid. The Commissioner of Police on a working trip to Eleuthera today, all part of efforts to keep connected with officers on the ground throughout the country. More importantly, is to see firsthand the state of police stations and living accommodations for law enforcement officers.
We cannot continue to say that we believe in you and ignore the conditions to which these officers have to live and work under. And so one of our mandate is to ensure that we begin this process of transforming these police stations, transforming the living accommodation to which these officers who risk life and limb to keep us all safe. We have to ensure too that they are afforded the opportunity to live and work in an environment just as good as anyone else.
Our final story is up next.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.